All right, so moving on today, section 9-4, we're going to be talking about simplifying rational expressions. Okay, so your big steps here are one, first up, find your restrictions, okay? Because you're going to have to use the original expression to find the restrictions. All right, again, denominator cannot equal 0 of the original expression. Second step, factor. Sometimes it'll be into two binomials. Sometimes it might just be a GCF. Just make sure you factor completely. And then 3, simplify. You're looking for identical binomials and or monomials in the numerator and denominator. All right, so first up, we're going to start off with some easy examples today and build our way into this stuff this week. All right, so first up here, let's just start off with something like all right, so first up, let's do restrictions, okay? I'm going to kind of keep that over here, kind of a little sidebar here. Take your denominator, set it equal to 0. So x plus 3 equals 0. Subtract 3. X equals negative 3 is your restriction, okay? Next up, let's do some factoring. 4x plus 12, you can factor out of 4, and you have 4 times x plus 3 divided by x plus 3. Okay, so next up we want to simplify here. And again, in this situation with 4 times x plus 3 divided by x plus 3, x plus 3 divided by x plus 3 is 1. So we're just left with 4. X cannot equal negative 3. Okay, that's what that slash through the equal sign means, cannot equal. All right, so we simplified it down to just 4, and we got our restriction there. Okay, so again, your steps. First up, take the original denominator. It's got to be the original, because if we use the final one, you're like, there's no denominator there. You know, you're not going to find any restrictions, okay? So original denominator, set it equal to 0. You might have to start doing some factoring there, as you're going to see in the future. But anyway, find those restrictions. Next up, do your factoring. GCF, factor into two binomials, whatever the situation may be. And then simplify, write your answer. This is what I'm looking for right there. All right, so next up, x minus 4 divided by x squared minus 16. First thing I'm going to do again is figure out where my restrictions are. So I do x squared minus 16 equals 0. Factor that into x minus 4. And x plus 4 equals 0. So you're going to have x minus 4 equals 0. And x plus 4 equals 0. So x equals 4. And x equals negative 4. All right, and the one nice thing about doing the restrictions first is that we already factored this. So again, we can factor this guy into, numerator stays the same, but then we got x minus 4, x plus 4 in my denominator. Your x minus 4 is x minus 4 divided by x minus 4 is 1. You're left with 1 divided by x plus 4. And again, x cannot equal positive and negative 4. Okay, and that's my final answer. So again, lots of factoring. That's what this comes down to. It's a lot of factoring back from chapter 5 with quadratics. But I would say 75% of the work here is factoring, as far as finding restrictions and simplifying. All goes back to factoring there. All right, I got 2 more for you. All right, so first up, let's get those restrictions. So I got y squared plus 7y equals 0. Factor out a y. So then you got y equals 0 and y plus 7 equals 0. So y cannot equal 0 and y cannot equal -7. As far as simplifying over here, I'm going to rewrite this as 8y divided by y times y plus 7. And then I have y divided by y is 1. So I'm left with 8 divided by y plus 7. And again, y cannot equal 0 and -7. Okay, last one up then. Let's go with so again, first job here, get those restrictions. So x squared plus 9x plus 20 equals 0. So write as x plus 4 times x plus 5 equals 0. So you get x plus 4 equals 0 and x plus 5 equals 0. So x equals -4, well, cannot equal -4. And x cannot equal -5. So as far as factoring this, numerator is a difference of squares. Denominator, we're just looking for factors of 20 that add up to 9. I already did that. X plus 4 times x plus 5. So again, it's got to be identical binomials. So x plus 5 divided by x plus 5 is 1. We got x minus 5 divided by x plus 4. Again, x cannot equal -4 and -5. And that's what I would be looking for. A couple other quick simplifying things you might come across if you get something like this. There's not much simplifying to do here except 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then you just leave the x plus 2 in the denominator there. Just be alert for fractions. You get 10/15, reduce that to 2/3. I'm trying to think what else you might come across. We're going to be doing this, I think, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Definitely Monday and Tuesday. All right. But again, any questions, always email me.